Hey you guys, thank you for tuning in back once again. If you are new to this channel, my name is Stephanie Hammond. I am all about faith, relationships, marriage, Jesus, beauty, everything. Mostly Jesus though. So let's get right into the video. A couple of days ago, I posted a picture, this picture, on Instagram, and the caption caused me to have a couple of DMs from some people. In this particular picture, I was talking about how me and my husband, when we were dating, we talked so much. We talked so much to the point where, like, my sister came to visit us one day and she was like, yo, y'all talk a lot. Y'all talk a little bit too much. But now that I'm married, I realize how much of an advantage all of our talks put us at when it came to marriage. I stated in the caption of that picture that when you are dating someone, you have to ask all the tough questions. You got to get in there. So someone asked me, I think I got a couple DMs of people asking me, well, what are the tough questions? What questions did you ask? The questions that you are asking the person that you're dating, it really has to be centered around you as a person. What do you want out of life? What do you want out of this marriage? You have to know yourself. You have to know where you're going. You have to know where God is calling you. And if the person that you're dating to marry can align with that, or even has the potential of aligning with that. So yeah, that's what I want you guys to kind of think about before you go and start blasting questions on your next date. It definitely takes wisdom from the Holy Spirit to know when exactly to have certain conversations. But I just want to say that when it came to me and my husband, the reason the tough questions helped so much is because what they actually did was they uncovered a lot of stuff. A lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff, a lot of insightful stuff, and just a lot of helpful things that would really help us in the future. Things were kind of drastic and scary to talk about, but I think that things have to be exposed. Sexual past to family hurts, because these are all things that will affect your marriage. And so what happens is that when you uncover things that were hidden, you actually set yourself up for success. Unfortunately for me, I was sexually active prior to my husband. And so we had to have those conversations. Like, he did have to ask me questions about that, and it was very uncomfortable. But imagine having to deal with those things once you're inside your marriage. Talking about it while we were dating, it gave us the ability to get to know each other. I was even able to see, like, how is this man going to react to my past? Is he able to handle my past? Or am I going to wait till marriage to find that out? You don't want to wait till marriage to find out if somebody can take it, if somebody can take the things of your past. And even then, yeah, it took some time for him to be able to adjust, but we did that when we were dating. So now that we're married, it's a lot easier to work through those things. So that's just kind of an example of why we do have to ask some of these questions. I believe that it allows us to get deep. The tough questions can uncover things that could destroy your marriage in the future. For example, let's talk about children. How many children do you want? Do you even want kids? What if I can't have kids? How are you going to react? Is this something that you can deal with? You want to ask those questions, because when you listen to people who have really tough marriage issues, these are some of the things that come up. People get divorced and people just have a tough marriage because those aren't things that they actually talked about. And the thing is, I do want to mention that you don't just talk about this stuff one time. You can talk about it over and over and over again, because things can change. But that's why you want to make these harder conversations a norm in your dating relationship. Like, they have to be out in the open so that when we do get married, we know what we're doing and nothing is like a huge surprise. The tough questions help you decide whether or not you actually want to move on in this relationship or not. You know, when I was dating, I wish I had this much wisdom. I was very lost, you guys. I was very, very lost. And I'm pretty sure that if I knew the deep things of the people that I was with, I would have ran very, very fast. If I knew their past, if I knew and understood how they thought, I would have ran fast, you know? And so what you can do is that if you're dating someone, somebody takes you out on a date, go on that date with the Holy Spirit and ask the Holy Spirit for wisdom, that anything that that person says to you, that you can read between the lines and run fast if you have to. Something that I also wanted to mention is like, for example, also when my husband met me, there was somewhere that he wanted to go and there was somewhere that God was taking him. So a lot of the conversations that we were having, it allowed for him to see like whether this girl can come with me or not, because this is my assignment. This is where God is calling me. And I need to make sure that it aligns. So over time, those conversations, the questions, it really helps you to be able to discern and be able to make better guided decisions. And if you have the Holy Spirit, if you have God, it's even better because He can help you. That even when a person is lying and not answering honestly, you'll be able to tell. So for example, even the example that I give about my husband, like a tough question could even be like, okay, well, I wanna chase my dream in New York as an actress. If we were married and we were living in California and I got an opportunity and we had to move, would you be comfortable with us moving for the sake of my career? You want to talk about stuff like that. Another question is, if I got in a car accident and I lost my legs, would you still be with me? Would you still want to be with me? How would that look like in our relationship? How important is it for you to have a healthy marriage? Have you healed from past hurts? What are some things that have happened to you as a child? What are some things that hurt you? How did you get through it? Do you think you're over it? There's so many questions. And so I hope that this video kind of clarified. If I need to make like a list of questions, I will, but we also use Google. Like, we use Google for random questions. The questions in this more questions in the description for those of you who wanted to know what are the tough questions. Although I think it really depends on you and the person you're dating. I would be happy to like throw some in there. The goal of this video is just to give you guys things to kind of talk about with the person that you're dating. All of these things are really helpful because they help you to understand the person that you're with. And the more you understand someone, the more patience you can have, the more you're able to work with them, the more you're able to love them. And if you gotta run and walk away, you can definitely do that instead of wasting your time. In the caption that I wrote, I talked about how sometimes people fake it. People really know how to fake it very, very well. And you can end up marrying or being with someone that pretends to be one thing one day, and then next thing you know, they're a totally different person from who you actually fell in love with. So, you want to really, really know who you are with by asking these kind of things, because I believe that marriage is such an important thing and it has the ability to alter your destiny and alter where God has called you to be. So you want to make sure that who you're marrying, that it aligns with where God is calling you. Yes, God is merciful, and yes, God is great, and He can turn a situation around, but it's better to just avoid the hurt, avoid the lost years, and use wisdom. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, make sure you like the video and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe if you are not subscribed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!